Om Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Hamshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demon, Kamsa and Chanura, the dear darling of Mother Devaki, the Guru of the world and the Lord of the universe. We salute him again and again. Oh, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading Bhagavat and we are here on chapter 29, book 4 and verse 1. Now, this Bhagavat was telling in a story-like pattern, that allegorical story, that there is a great king and he went for hunting. He was very powerful and he then came back and lead a very worldly life, very much into not giving focus on his spiritual life, rather focused on the material side more. And he has so much suffering and pain ultimately. So this story ended, and this was being related to Narada. Narada was telling the story. And now the person who was listening, he said, "Oh, Master, I am not able to understand your instructions properly. Only men of spiritual understanding can follow it, not we who are absorbed in ritualism." That means, he says, that rituals can purify your body and mind, and rituals, if it done with doubt, desire, then it can lead to purification of the body and mind. But when rituals done with some specific desire in the end, to perform some jagna or some puja or some worship, expecting some immediate achievement and favor, then that leads to more bondage and bondage and bondage. So this world of freedom and bondage is there in the human personality. So he says that rituals, performing rituals, one can go every day. Will take one.
No, I worship man.
So he says that, "Oh, Master, I don't understand your instructions properly. Only men of spiritual understanding can follow it. Not we who are, I am absorbed in all ritualistic performance." Most of the people are ritualistic, and ritualistic, not only ritualistic, but with the idea that we will gain out of this worship, I will gain this, I'll go to heaven, I'll do this. Merit. Good actions, good merit. Most of the people go to do the puja and other, for what purpose? Let my job be secured. Let my family, our friends keep in good health. Let my trouble pass. This physical ailment go away. These are simple people, ordinary people. There's nothing bad. But that is the way people are engaged into rituals. So he says that this story you talked about, that what is in a Puranjana was the name of the king. He was a big, powerful king, and he did this and went on, and then he got persuaded into the sense enjoyment, and how distraction came. He forgot his duties and engaged into the life of worldliness, and ultimately it brought destruction for him. So he says, Narada then tried to, with this question being asked, sage Narada then says, "Know that Puranjana is no other than your Jivatman, yourself. And by the tendencies acquired earlier, he got various types of bodies having varying number of limbs. No, as much as the desire. So desire, according to that, people get tempted to enjoy one thing, another thing. That's why if you enjoy the whole world, then you need one human body, one dog body, cat body, to the God body. No, different bodies fit to enjoy different thing. A human body can enjoy the delicacy of the food. No, the entire cuisine world. How much tongue. So you should have a human body to have that. A cat does not understand that much difference between your this and that, as human can do that. So everybody is made to enjoy something fitted. Say a body of a crow. Crow body can enjoy what? Whatever food you give, it will almost taste the same thing. But in a human, if you get ice cream and then versus something bitter, they'll say, hey, it is bitter, I don't like it. No? So to enjoy the external world, you need different bodies. So he said, this Puranjanam, because of this karma and tendencies acquired in earlier life, we are here what? Why you are all here? We are all here because we are of our past actions and past life's action, and that has given this body. Who have decided that? You have decided. Now you forget that because you do not know what you desired before. And in between, we are beyond physical body. And then we moved into another subtle body. Subtle body is born through by grace of God and your karma into another body, and then we are here. So it says these are all various types of bodies having varying number of limbs. His friend of unknown name mentioned in the parable, his friend, who is the real friend of all jivas? Ishvara, God. For no one knows the real nature of Ishvara. Yeah, do you know what is called God? And no one knows because neither does one know his name, neither know his actions and attributes. When the jiva, individual soul, desires to enjoy all the attributes of the nature, he chooses a human body. And this human body is appreciated in the scriptures, that's why. And the human body is the best body, which you can have the benefit of all other bodies. Refinement of all the bodies has brought to human body. And he says this human body with 9 openings, then is 2 hands, 2 feet, as best suited for this purpose. Now, our intellect, buddhi, uh, buddhi enjoys, no? And through the buddhi only we decide. That's why they consider that is the jiva gets entangled through the buddhi, because the association of jiva falls into infatuation, mada, I and mine. With the help of buddhi, the jiva enjoys the sense objects through the senses. His friends are organs of knowledge and organs of action. Buddhi, intellect, who has his friends, he gets his work done through whom? 5 senses and 5 hand organs of action. So this is philosophical side of it. How only buddhi cannot function. To experience the world, buddhi uses these eyes, the mind, the ear, the hand, the feet, the mouth. So the organs of action, these brains are the organs of knowledge and organs of action by means of which he gathers knowledge and executes work respectively. The working of the organs are what are called the work brains. The prana or vital energy, which is 5 function, is what is described as the 5-hooded serpent. So these allegories are all related to some objects of our physical body and its connection with their senses, connection with the sense objects. So this link is all coming through this. And then he says, then whenever the intellect takes various forms in dream, and whenever it makes movements and the limbs in the waking, the Atman, though in reality only a witness of these changes and not experiencer of the two states, is affected by these modifications of the intellect to identification with them and behaves like an one actually attached to them. So he says, whenever the intellect takes various forms, in the dream, how do you see your dream? You see dream means you see your mind. And here mind is considered as dream. So in your mind takes different forms. In the dream you are there, you create the whole dream world. Who creates your dream? Each one person dreaming, who creates their dream? Who? The person himself, no? No one goes, I don't go to create your dream. You don't come to create my dream. Your mind, with all the association of your past nighttime, out of the stock of so much of impressions, something comes up and you create a world of your own. So he says that whenever the intellect takes various forms in the dream, intellect is taking so many forms. And buddhi is taking so many forms. Buddhi is creating your friend, buddhi is creating your dining table, food, eating, and chit-chatting, what you are talking even, everything is created by your buddhi. We call mind, but here they are expressing as buddhi. And whenever it makes movements of the limbs in waking, the Atman, so whenever the intellect takes various forms in dream, and whenever it makes movements in the limbs of the waking, the Atman, though in reality only a witness, Atman is always inside us, behind our body and mind. So Atman does not do anything. Atman always witnesses. It is like light. Light is on there, and whatever happens, it illumines all the incidents only. Whatever coming in buddhi, creating so many forms, Atma's light falls on that. Like this light falling here and giving us the idea of what is written here. Similarly, the witness, a light, witness consciousness is always here. It only sees all the changes of the thing of buddhi. But light does not get identified with anything. Light is light. Light is only glowing. So the inner consciousness in all of us as witness is unattached, it is always there and is the observer. It does not get entangled into anything. Though in reality only a witness of these changes and not the experiencer of two states. Experience two states mean waking state and dream state. He is the experiencer. No? Who experiences? The real experiencer is not your eyes, not your body, not your mind, not your intellect, but that consciousness which is inside. We call him God. In devotional language, Vedantic language, we call it Atman. Atman does not get attached to anything. It only illumines the things, whatever Buddhi is creating and recreating. And he actually, who is enjoying? In the heart, the Lord seated in the heart. We call Atmanang Rathinang Vidhi. Atma, the Kathopanishad says, Atma is riding in the chariot. Actually, for his pleasure, the chariot moves. The charioteer drives the chariot. Now, modern example, the driver drives a car. For whose pleasure? Like limousine, you can think about limousine. Uber. So you, the Babu, gentleman, enter into the car and say, take me to Los Angeles airport. No? And Buddhi, you give the direction. Buddhi then starts the engine and takes all these equipments, turns right, left, this, that, and reaches there. But for whose pleasure? Not for the pleasure of the body, not neither for the body or neither for the pleasure of the driver, neither for the pleasure of any object, but it is only pleasure of the witness consciousness. So, in a sense, you say, who enjoys? The witness consciousness, the Atman enjoys. But in one sense, Atman does not enjoy anything. Atman is only there. But he's saying there is experience of the two states. The Atman is enjoying this state. This state is what? Waking state. Now he is there and he's seeing all these objects here, talking, observing this, reading this. But who is enjoying actually? The Atman. And the dream time, this goes away. But dream, subtle body experience, that time also, who enjoys? The Atman. So Atman enjoys both waking experiences and dream experiences. So, two states. And is affected by these modifications of the intellect through identification. How I get upset, how I feel dejected, how I feel good, how I feel bad. Because this Atman now forgets his identity, that I am separate from everything, but it gets entangled into the function of the intellect. Intellect is jumping, and Atman says, I am jumping. That's the Jivatman. The individual soul gets entangled into the happenings of the waking state and the dream state. And getting entangled, he feels joy, pleasure, pain. Atman is always free. We are always free by our divine nature. Because I am identifying with my body, mind in the waking state. And also you get the same suffering and joy in your dream state. Whatever mind creates those things, there you find into the same experience. That it is Atman being always free, separate, never to be confused with the objects of the senses, but gets entangled. This is called the Maya. Entanglement happens. Projection and veil. It's called the Avarana Vikshepa. It's covering the truth and creating new things. In a movie, when you go in the movie, you see the whole hall with people chit-chatting and the movie has started. And now, when the movie starts, what they do? First thing they do, put the light off. That is covering the truth. What is here, you make forget. I am the Atman, first you forget that. Cover it, darkness. Then what you do? There is a white screen, nothing else. But some projection comes, and the projection falls on the screen, and you easily get entangled into it. Your focus goes entirely on the screen. And whatever is happening, you are sitting here in your safe seat with your friends around. You forget your friend, you forget that you are sitting in the movie hall, and you get a very serious scene is going on. Someone is stabbing and someone is crying and weeping, and you also, So nothing happened to you. You are the witness here. And see how we do that every day. When you really watch the movie, everyone does that. And get involved into the happening of the movie, which is a play of light and shade. The screen is just running on and this projection is coming. Light is good. And I am totally separate. I have nothing to do with that. But when I forget that I am here, my seat covered, my knowledge is covered like that, and new projection is given in the world, then you feel identified with what is happening in the screen. And then you cry sometimes, you smile sometimes, you are peaceful sometimes, you are restless sometimes, identifying with what is happening in the screen. So this Maya, this world is like that. It is daytime, it is happening, daydream. Night dream, two dreams we dream. This is one dream. Why it is dream? Because now it is so true. But when you go to sleep, this vanishes. So we live in the two realities and we identify. But this is not two realities cannot be there. Reality cannot be two. Reality is only one, is it not? How can be two reality? How can be two infinity? How can be two bliss? Only one. Its modifications are there only. So, though in reality the Atman is the only witness of these changes, not experiencer of these two states, they are not affected by these modifications. Actually, nothing happens. The person sits in his seat. When the movie is gone, at the end, light is on. See, knowledge. Again, to remove the focus on the screen, you withdraw from the focus of the screen, and then the movie hall is lighted again. Oh, you see, oh, we are not sitting here. Nothing happened. We cried unnecessarily. We felt that all these pains and fun and joy and suffering or whatever I saw. Actually, nothing happened. I am the free soul. I can go. I am unattached to the happenings of the movie screen. So Atman then will be free. So Atman is always free. But this is the identification. It causes this. Therefore, the experience of the two states is affected by those modifications of the intellect to identification with them and behaves like one actually we are attached to them. The dream body is the chariot used for the hunt. The senses are its horses. Its swift movement is the passage of time, but it moves not outside as the dream is confined within the body. Huh? Suppose in the dream you are riding a horse or you are riding a car and car is going 100 miles speed. No? You don't do anything. Your body is here, but mentally you are running. That's why it's a dream body in the chariot used for the hunt. You see, that means how you move. In the king went for hunting, as I told you before. What is that hunting? We are all hunting. We are running in our dream body. Senses, we go with our horses. What are the horses? Every day you see through the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, taste, touch, no? The whole experience every day. The same five organs of perception is giving you all the experiences of either joy or it is suffering, it is pleasure, or it is pain. Whatever is coming, it is all coming in this way that swift, the horses. What are the horses? 10 horses. Pancho Karmendriya, Pancho Gyanendriya. Pancho Karmendriya, by which you do function 5 to the hand, feet, etc., etc. And Jnana, you acquire knowledge through seeing something, through hearing something, to tasting something. Say, hey, it is salty. Oh, it is hot. It is cold. So by tasting, we are saying so. So all the five senses, these are the horses through which you run into the world experience. If the horses are not there, a person is blind. A person does not hear anything. He has no tongue. Taste is gone. Knows nothing. He can smell. You call it dead body. Is it not? So we run in the world of this duality through our subtle body. Its swift movement is the passage of time. And how we run? The time. You see, we started at 4:30, now it is becoming 5 minutes to 5. The time, clicking all the time. You know or not know. The body is changing, your mind is changing, your hunger is happening, your thirst is happening, or your mood of tiredness coming. In time, everything is rotating. So time is the swift passage of time that the horses are moving speedily. When? In time. So these are all allegorical stories in the Bhagavatam, what has been said. The dream is confined within the body. Its two wheels, when you run, the horse carriage. So you see, two big wheels are there, no? These wheels are good and bad karma. We run in the life situation, and what happens? We do good karma, we do bad karma. No? With the five senses of perception, five senses of action, what you do? You do something good, charitable, nice, spiritual, non-spiritual, good karma, bad karma. The organs are the same. In time it is happening. And life is moving on. Adding to your karma, good or bad, as you do. In two wheels are good and bad karma, and three flags are there. In the chariot, old time chariot, there are some flags. They flag like that in the top. The three flags. What are the three flags? Three gunas, satta, rajas, and tamas. So the world, we are all moving. We are all, someone is sattika more, someone is rajasika, someone is tamasika. What are those? Sattika means, what are the sattika qualities? Compassion, love, holiness, purity, empathy, sympathy. So purity, these are all sattika quality. Rajasa quality, anger, pride, dominance, to dominate over others. So these are rajas. I am somebody. Who are you? Don't know. Who am I? So that type of arrogance and thing, that is rajas quality. And tamas is dull, mean, unkind, brutal, uh, demons like demonic character. That is called tamas. These three flags are, so each one of us have more or less three. Sometimes sattva is more, someone sattva more. We call holy people. Rajas, we call Arey Baba, arrogant people. He's like a king, like a all these big fighters, those who are controlling the whole world and peace of others. No, it is the impact of rajas. But rajas can be good also. Ramchandra was a Raja, king, but his was Sattika quality more added with the Rajas. And Tamas is the meanest and vilest. See, people are killing. We get the stories what is happening in Israel, and yeah, there you find the people are brutally killed and they're torturing and killing. What? That is the tamasic. So life's karma, where it will go? It is echoing in everyone's account. Now they think I am powerful, I am doing this, I can kill, I can destroy. But all are coming into each one's account. And they will have to repay sometime. And when the repayment comes, then we say, I'm a good guy, why it is coming to me? I didn't do anything. You did sometime. Impact. You forgot what you did. Good that we forget. Otherwise, everyone will be mad. Very difficult to keep balance. Now, three gunas are the three flags. Five joints, bandhas, are the five pranas in the body. Five prana is there. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. The chariot constituted the dream body, has the buddhi as the charioteer, mind as the reins, the heart as the seat, sorrow and infatuation are the yokes, sound, sight, other objects of the senses as the movement, and seven bodily substances called dhatus are the armor. The five organs of action are the various external movement with which he goes after enjoyment that are as insubstantial as castles in the sky. Kuranjana's army consisted of the 11 senses. With five of these, he goes after enjoyment that result in the oppression and slaughter of others. The Gandharvas called Chandavega is the year by which time is demarcated. So he's saying that with the background of the story which we have read before, that this King Puranjana went into a hunting into the forest, and he was lost his sense and then went into life of enjoyment and degradation. So how it happens is saying that as if this consider it is every jiva, you, me, are indicated by that. Our jiva, inside the jiva there is the consciousness, witness consciousness, that is always unattached, that has nothing to do with the happenings in the world, but it gets identified with all these things. As we said, the movie, in the movie, we see the movie scenes are there, and I get identified with that and I cry and weep. But when the movie breaks, end of the movie, then you see, no, nothing has happened. I am perfectly okay in my air-conditioned room. And I'm surrounded by my friends. I'm safe and sound. So this chariot, think it is a chariot for running, the souls running for sense objects to enjoy, like a chariot. And the Buddha is the charioteer, mind is the reins. No, imagine a horse-driven chariot. No, 10 horses. 10 horses with 10 reins connected to them. Reins. That's called the mind. Buddhi functions. His assistant is mind. So if the buddhi is good buddhi, then he has a good control over the mind. Good mind, he has the control of the horses. That's why it is in the hand of the charioteer, no? What he calls? Pushes, pulls. The horse wants to go this way. He pulls this way or that way, in direction he wants to take. So buddhi runs on the power and support of the mind. Mind is the reins. They're connected to the senses. Horses are the senses, eyes, ear, nose, etc., etc. And the sorrow and infatuation is the yoke. Sound, sight, and other objects of the senses as the movement. We move into the world of senses. Senses of seeing, senses of hearing, senses of touching, tasting, and eating. No? Our whole life, whatever you experience is secondary. But how it is happening, if you know, it is happening in this way, that it is the mind is actually sitting, and this sound, sight, and other objects of the senses as the path through which we are moving. Also, it's called the Vishayo. That's why there is a song, Vishayo Panchaka আর ভূতগণ কেউ তোর নয় কি আপন, they are not your own. পরপ্রেমে কেন হয়ে অচেতন, being infatuated in love with all these things which are not yours. ভুলিছ আপন জনে, you're forgetting your own self, the Atman. মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে. Oh my mind, let's go to our own abode. That is the abode of the Atman. But you are not looking this way, you are looking this way. And you are seeing all the sensate objects. And your mind is running into that, your buddhi is running into that, you are getting identified with all this. They are not your own. They are imagination. Today's joy is not tomorrow's joy. Today you traded your life through the 5 senses, with the help of the 10 senses in the path of the sensory world. You feel happy today. Tomorrow you may feel that, oh my God, it's a terrible situation. No? So it is, you are going through the path of the senses with the help of the sense organs. Its controller is the mind. Mind is controlled by buddhi. And buddhi, behind the buddhi is the Atman. You are not looking at that. You are only looking at this side. And all the trouble of life, so-called trouble as also so-called pleasure. You are enjoying happiness, that's also good. But you see the consequences afterward. Happiness runs away. It ends in suffering. Suffering, today's suffering, no one suffers otherwise. Suffering is today's suffering. tomorrow, right, little bright day comes. No? But you are moving in the path of the senses. You are not seeing, withdrawing, the turning yourself this way. That's why Kathopanishad, these verses are very close to that. Now the enemies. The enemies are Gandharva. In the story they have said. And they are always enemies are under him are the daytime and nighttime. What are the enemy? Day and night we are engrossed in this activity of the sense persuasion. So they are like the attracting force in our life. And they're attacking us how? Attacking continuously all the 360 days of the year. Yes, 60, huh? All the day, year after year, year after. One day comes, and then night comes, and night goes, and day comes, and day goes, night comes. It is going on, and we say 1 year is gone. My birthday, 1 year more, I have moved towards the death. Yeah, people clap it, ha ha ha, birthday. Actually, birthday means you have lost 1 year of your existence here. No? But we are happy. I am now birthday now, and everyone brings a cake and sing and dance, no? But for to say that you are older 1 year, you have lost 1 year of your existence in this world, get ready. That means you could have been, but the day and night coming every, and it's eating away our soul, as it were, if it is not utilized in the search of the self. It is not utilized inwardly, then it is useless journey and it is a frustration. That's why when people die at the end of life, they say, oh, no one to look after me. I did so much for this person, that person, and no one cares for me, and I cry and weep and die. Huh? But if someone does everything looking at the Atman, I am proud. I have nothing to expect from anything. I have got everything what I want to get. That's my choice. And I turn towards the Atman, the self. Otherwise, these worldly experiences will catch you, grieve you, kill you, and extract you. কি হলো? এখন ওটা করবে। হ্যাঁ। Attacking continuously all the 360 days or 65 days, they plunder the very lives of people. The daughter of time, in the story, daughter of time. Who is the daughter of time? She is gray-haired old age. Yeah, I'm an old guy, matured guy. That means the maturity is the time, big time. It's catching you and glimpses and making you wise. Means going towards death. So these are the anomaly given that the daughter of time is gray-haired old age, which is welcome to none. No one cares for the old age people, no? When your hair is black and this is when you are young, everyone looks at you. When it starts hair, then he's an old guy. Yeah? So no one. This is the way of the world. Don't worry about that. We did it for our old people. And these present people will do for us, the old people. It's a chain. This is the cycle of life. It goes on like that. The daughter of time is gray-haired old lady, which is welcome to none. The king of the Javanas, who is death, Mrityu, adopts this time of death, adopt her as his sister to work for the destruction of the world. Then time kills everything. Where is Hitler? So what he did in the world? No? Where is Taimurlam? Where is this power, that power? Even the good. Where is Ashok? In time it comes, in time it goes. No? It rotates like that. Ki? Kalo na jata, bhayamevo jata. We say time is passing. Time is not passing, we are passing. Time is continuously the same. Sun rises, sun goes. Actually, sun rises, sun goes. We, one day of our life goes. So it says that this is the way the emissaries of death, they represented as the soldiers of the king of the Javanas, are the disease and privation that prevail everywhere. No? Death comes, how the death comes? Most of the old people, you see, oh, he has diabetes, oh, she has cancer, oh, she has this pressure, and this has this kidney problem, and this heart problem, this eyesight problem, the brain problem, the neuron. So these are all the disease. They are the soldiers of the Javanas. In the anecdote story which we read, the fever that quickly consumes people called Praj, Prajvara, the brother of the Javana, Mittu, is of the two kinds, cold fever and hot fever. Anyhow, they're talking about the body gets some fever, that is also another weapon. Afflicted by various sorrows arising from the physical, mental, and occult causes, and overpowered by ignorance, the spirit lives in this body for about 100 years. So you, me, all the individual being afflicted by the various sorrows. What is our life, normal life? 2 days crying, 2 days weeping, 2 days smile, 2 days fun, excitement, joy. Look at that. Everyone is a mad guy. We are actually mad. We look at in the eyes of the wise people. We are all mad people. And we are always changing our toys. When we were babies, what was the toy? Mommy brought some cat and dog. And that's what the cat is mine, and this cat is become sick. My doll has become fever today. You cried and weep, is it not? The children don't do that now, even today. We say they're children. But we were in that stage. We spend our time with those toys. And then you come to the school, grades, yeah, not grade school, even kindergarten school. You say, hey, how many friends you have? I have 2 friends. I have 3 friends. I have 5 friends. So you create friendship there, no? Where are the friends? You go to another grade school. New friend. All friends maybe you have transferred to another school here and there. All friends. So we live in this infatuation, in this mood of not thinking. The Jivatma, you, me, we are all moving in this way. Not considering where I am, who am I, where I am going. What is this meaning of this life? And where is the conscious entity behind me? So we start going on from childhood to our youth to the matured stage, to the old days. And one day it is an end to the zero. We come from zero, you go to zero. Who goes with you? Ah, who is your friend? Who will go with us? Even your good friend, they may cry and shed tears, or someone says, good, this guy is dying, it's very good. Whether it curses you or loves you, you have to make your own journey. No one will be there. No one is going to participate in the journey, each one of us. So it's a alone journey to the infinite, lone journey. But we make friendship with a movie, something going on in the movie, and I get identified. What is the meaning of that? We pay our money, you purchase a ticket, spend your time. You say, I have no time, no time, no time. But you find time for your movie and enjoy the movie. Enjoy means cry also. That's also enjoyment. And smile also. Like a puppet. Something happening there and you are feeling emotional here. So this is the way the world connection is going on. And the individual jiva is running. And running from one life to the another life to another life. suffering and pleasure. Same repeated stories. You analyze, you are a rich man, you are happy. You are a wise man, you are a happy person. You may have passed your examination, you are happy. Someone got a job, he is happy. Someone has got a promotion today, he is happy. So, or you lose something this way, you are unhappy. Another person loses something in another way. So, this is the whole story of a practically fictitious stories going on. It is the play of Maya going on. So, it says that afflicted by various sorrows, which arises from physical, mental, and occult causes, and overpowered by ignorance. Because of the ignorance, it is happening. The spirit, capital spirit, lives in the body for about 100 years. The consciousness, here is the consciousness in this body. I think this I, where is I? It is called dead body. What is the difference between dead body and this physical body?
Prana.
Prana. Prana is consciousness. Prana is there, but as I am aware that the prana is with me, I am aware that I can see you. So there is an awareness. You can call this consciousness, you can call it awareness. So prana is the expression of that. And when the prana goes out, that expression goes out, then you see it's a dead body. So this, and you live in the body for 100 years. Say taken for 100 years. Someone dies early, goes, but average. That's why in the Mahabharata time, always there is a statement, Satayusho Bhava. Live in a movie, that movie, Ramananda Sagar's movie and others you have seen. They all the time, Yudhishthira or Bhishma saying, Satayusho Bhava.
And they also bless that have 100 children.
100 children. 100 children, 100 desires. Children are desires. So, and this that actually the world is like that. It is a mixture of good and bad, and all these attractions, they are all momentary, and the life goes on in a cycle of birth and death, hundreds of years. Though he is not a part of the gunas of Prakriti, the self is not a part of the gunas, three gunas, or the Prakriti's nature, no? The spirit identifies himself with the vitality, mind, and senses pertaining to him in the embodied state. We are reading Bhakti Grantha. It's a Bhagavat, they say, is a devotional book. No? This is the devotion. No? We read entirely what? Sankhya and Vedanta. Avasthatraya Vichara, three states of existence. So, but what the story went on, we were very much, I was not interested into it much because how to link all this. But here is the explanation. The stories are, the Bhagavat Puranas are great. They tell the stories underlying a big, great principle behind. And then it takes us to the depth. When you listen the story superficially, you understand one way, it is a story. But when you go deep like this analysis, then you say what they're talking, focus on your Atman, unchanging reality which is within. And though he is not a part of the gunas, though myself, by pure essential nature of my, is not a part of the gunas or prakriti, but the spirit, the Atman, identifies himself wrongly with the vitality. Vitality means prana, and the mind and the senses pertaining to him in the embodied state. No? We are always identifying 5 levels we identify. We identify the physical body. Anything happens to the physical body, I say, oh, I am sick, I am weak. Which part of your thing is weak? Your body is sick. You are saying, I am sick. Then you say, prana, oh, I don't feel energy today. That means you are identifying with your prana. Prana called the energy. So energy is weak in the body. You say, I am weak. I am strong. I can work hard. That means your prana, pranic energy. That's a calorie, and all this energy comes. So energy level we identify with our energy of the body. I am mentally depressed. Your mind is depressed. You feel, I am depressed. People say, I am depressed. It's a depressing story. I can't take it. So, what are you doing every day? We are identifying either with the body, which is changing, or with the mind, which is changing. The prana, the energy level, sometimes strong, sometimes weak. I am identifying there, and I am identifying with my senses. Oh, my eyesight is becoming weak. Oh, I cannot hear much. You cannot hear it. You are untouched by anything. Your sense organs are not giving you the strength. It is weakening, weakening, weakening. Old people say there is no disease, but his old age is the major issue. Huh? Old age means some in the age the strength of the organs decrease, and that they consider that I am weak. So that's why here is a beautiful statement that though the Atman is not a part of the three gunas of the Prakriti, the spirit, the Atman, identifies himself with the vitality, mind, senses pertaining to him in the embodied state here. Thinks constantly. What do you think being in this condition? We always think of enjoyment that are available to them. Eh? What is enjoyment available? Good food, good place to see, beautiful sight to go, hear some beautiful song, music, huh? Whatever. Five senses have their corresponding objects. So five senses are having corresponding objects. We are always tempted to connect with this or that or that. You leave one, another comes. You leave another comes. So this identification continues and enjoyment that are available through them and works for their fulfillment with the sense of I and mine as his motive force. Now, watch what a awful situation we are now. So when the jiva, who is by nature self-luminous, is actually by your pure nature, we are Atman, forgets that Bhagavan, the supreme teacher and the soul of all souls, and becomes identified with the gunas of Prakriti, then that jiva, strengthening this identification and attachment to the senses and their objects, engages himself in various actions and bears the ultimate fruit of these actions by way of embodiment in the womb of that higher law. Now, then we are jiva. What are the jiva? Who is by nature pure, self-luminous, but forget. And we call God, who is inside me, the supreme teacher, the soul of all souls. And then that become identified with these gunas, with the objects of the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and also the Prakriti, the nature. Then that individual soul, strengthening this identification, we every day strengthen our identification with these changeful objects. People say, oh, he's knowledgeable. Knowledgeable means what? You are identifying with the things of the material world. Oh, he has so many degrees. Meaning what? He has spent his whole useful life in learning this subject, that subject, that subject. And this subject, that subject, that subject, they are all changing. Today you know what physics talks come after 5 years. See what that old ideas changes, no? And we think he's a knowledgeable person. He knows all these things, no? All the intricacies of this physics, he knows chemistry, he knows this. This is not knowledge because it is all changing. And we get engrossed into that type of knowledge and strengthening this identification and attachment through the senses and their objects engages him in various actions. Then you get involved into different type of action, good or bad. And as we do good or bad, it results in good and bad karma. It follow. Karma brings karma follow. You do karma, naturally the result will come. You cook something with concentrated focus, your meal will be good meal. If you do it haphazard, double salt, sometimes people give. Once they have given and forgotten another time, the whole food becomes uh, unbearably painful to eat. But good karma, bad karma, we do. You karma we do, identifying ourselves with this sense objects. So it is that's why it is being bondage, and then you are reborn again and again are born to fulfill the wish which are unfulfilled. So this is the journey goes on. Sometimes on the strength of good action, sattvika nature, the jiva attains to the world of light. Sometimes by the rajasic action to the world of men, full of sorrows and difficulties. And sometimes by tamasic action to the low worlds of darkness and suffering. We call narak, hell. Where is hell? Hell means where the result of this karma, when the body goes away, your good and bad actions, you remain in your mental world. And that mental world is the place of heaven or hell. You have good karma, good memory, good thing, you will live in joyful state. And bad karma, bad thought, bad thing, it leads to the darker area. So darker and lighter, this journey. The Shukle, Krishna, Gati, Ete. They say there are two ways of journey. One is the path of light, another path of darkness. The jiva, who is blinded by ignorance, sometimes is embodied as man, sometimes as woman, sometimes as neuter, according to his deeds and the nature of his of nature. He acquires thereby. He may be born as a god, deva, as a man, or a beast. See, all we are the. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, "You are the creator of your own future. You want to be God? It is in your hand. You want to be a demon? It is in your hand. You want to be a beast? It is in your hand. What type of karma, what type of attitude, what type of identification you are clinging. That's why you think of God, then you reverse the path. You are going to Devaloka. This way, you are going this way. So this is karma. And then, depending on the theory of karma, this is a good explanation. Just as a dog traveling from the house to house, sometimes receiving a beating, sometimes little food, the jiva who is enslaved by desires go to high, middle, and low worlds according to his karma and attain to joy and sorrow accordingly. Huh? It's giving the example street dogs in India. Huh? Here, dogs are fortunate dogs. They have good care in their home. They get good bath. They get good doctors to look after. Feed them good food, dog food, special food. But Indian dogs, street dogs, hungry, tries to find something, food here. Somebody has thrown away good, delicious food, maybe leftover, and the dog releases. Then he goes to the another house, some hungry, and it's bad something. So we are comparing the individual jivas are like dogs. We are living in one life and doing some karma. Because of that karma, getting some good food in some lifetime, some have bad, and we go on in these experiences of life, good and bad, bad and good, good and bad, and the wheel of life goes on and on. So sorrows and suffering born of karma cannot generally be warded off. Even if this could be done to some extent, man is bound to be subject to the suffering arising from one of the three sources: the physical, the mental, and the occult. In the process of mitigating one type, the others may come up. So you want to correct one thing, the other thing will also come. So we can end here. Okay, let's have 2, 3 verses of them. All the attempts to get over suffering. Now, we now understand this life is going on. Sometimes happiness, sometimes suffering. Then look at our life. Not every day is bad, not every day is good. Little joy, little suffering, little anxiety. Today I am anxiety free. This is the life moves on and on. The all attempts to get over suffering are like man carrying a load on his head and shifting it onto his shoulder for relief. You are carrying in your head, it is too much, too much. Okay, let me carry on the shoulder. No karma can permanently efface the joy and suffering resulting from karma. Eh? You cannot counteract any karma by doing another karma. Normally we think that if I've done bad 10 work, I'll do 10 work plus. Then they will nullify. But no. Good karma will give you good result, joy, pleasure, happiness. Bad karma will give you bad effect. You cannot nullify each other. That is the Bhagavatam saying. We normally, but that's why spiritual life people think, oh, I am a spiritual person, I am doing japa, why my suffering is coming? Yes, suffering is your bad karma and giving the result bad karma. That will go on. And now you are doing good karma, that will release afterwards. It will not nullify in between. It is not depositing $10 and withdrawing $5, or depositing $20 and taking out $5. It is not like that. So it is said, no karma can permanently efface. No karma can permanently efface the joys and sufferings resulting from karma. For the original karma and its counteracting karma are both the product of avidya, ignorance, like a dream that occurs in the midst of another dream. Uh, you dream one dream, and in the dream you see in between another dream comes. So a dreaming man walking with his dream body feels he has got exhausted by the walk, though in fact there is no such exhaustion. You are lying down in your bed, there is no exhaustion, you are fully well. But in the dream body you are exhausted. Still, until the dream is over, this feeling of exhaustion will persist. That means when you wake up from this dream of Maya, dream of ignorance, then you are free. Otherwise, one karma will not counteract the other karma. In the same way, it is only the awakening of knowledge that can dispel all sorrows. I am very happy that we have got this topic today. Very good topic. Huh? At least I understand the meaning something. But what mother says, that if you do good karma or good japa, then where there is a plow to enter in your body, you will feel that pain of pinprick. That's a different thing. Because you're thinking of God, what happens? Your mind is connected with the divine thing. Think of joy. God is all joy and love. When you think of love and joy, your mind gets absorbed into it. Your mind does not feel the pain of the body then. Doctors, they are doing a serious operation for 7-8 hours. Do you feel that time? The patient does not feel anything. Why? His mind is not active. If the mind is active, then he will be done. He will die immediately. Cannot withstand so much pain. So similarly, when the knowledge will come, that's only the time when one can feel the mind going much portion in God, less portion in the body, then bodily pain will be less. Or suffering, mental suffering will be less. That's why japa meditation is very important. Okay, thank you. আপনি কিছু বলছিলেন? Are you saying anything?
Basically, what I was saying,
আর এখন সমস্যা নেই বাবা, টাইম হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ
just because you're suffering doesn't mean it's a punishment. Sometimes it makes you aware of the drawbacks of your mind so you can correct them.
Yeah. No, that's okay. But we are not talking that. Yeah, it is an opportunity also. When we are suffering, we can find. But what is the way out? He said, be awakened in yourself. Who are you? Go back to that witness. See that nothing has happened. All the sins you are identifying there and crying and weeping. Entire movie, oh, you cried and wept, sometimes smiled, but nothing to do with you. You are perfectly okay. You are separate from that. These are all appearance. You are identifying only. Whole world is our identification. I identify someone, I blame he's my good friend. And good friend becomes bad friend. Why? Identification goes away. The same friend who is good friend, lifelong friend, they separate out. See, divorce, husband, wife, staying 25 years, 30 years, all separate. So who you loved? How you loved? So this is the point. I have no time now, but still one question I just say. Another questions can be done in our next class at 7:30. It will be Santi Gita. In pranayama, do we control our prana by the mind, or the mind by our prana, or both is such? If we think our body to be a corpse, will that keep us away from keeping our body and mind healthy and strong? No. Pranayama means control of the prana. Prana means the breathing. People say, which is prana vayu left. That means this breathing is no more pumping the heart. It goes out. So, control of the prana means mind and prana are connected together. When we are angry, see how our breathing goes on. When you are emotional, how it goes on. When you are peaceful, look at your breath, how perfectly balanced. So, to control the prana, so that my mind is controlled. So, prana and mind has connection together. Like a gear in your car. So, you change the car gear and the speed goes high or low. So, similarly, prana. But if we think our body to be a corpse, will that keep us away from keeping our body and mind healthy and strong? No. Why will you think corpse? You enjoy the body, keep the body in good health, feed it nicely. Only no, don't get identified with it. Because you have to take advantage of your car. If you don't keep the car with proper cleaning and maintaining and changing the oil and engine checking and this and that, tire checking, if you don't do that, then what will happen? It will create trouble when you are driving in the car. So the body is a car. This car is leading us to God if you utilize in that direction. So that's why care should be taken to the body, and you need not have to think it is a corpse. It's corpse thinking is for Vedanta student when you think that I'm not the body. This body is only made of jara, matter. I'm not that matter, I'm the consciousness. Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.